Hey guys, silver bullet. Can you even believe that we are in week 11? I cannot. So today about enrollments. So enrollments, right? Key to our business, right, is to bring new people into our teams. Always. So this should always be part of what we're doing personally, as well as teaching and encouraging our teams to do the same. So if that happens a few per month, down the road for us people who've, gone through a few lists of people, and the more people you have on your team sharing means exponential growth for your business. So here is a concept that I learned from this great book called Go for No. If you've heard of it, I'm going to post the link for it. It's like $9 or $10 on Amazon. Totally worth it. It's kind of counterintuitive because in here is not what we're used to hearing and thinking. So it really is best to read the book for the whole concept, but I'm going to try and get a few of the basics across for you, okay? And I'm going to start here on page 6. If you're not succeeding fast enough, you're probably not failing fast enough, and you can't have one without the other. So if you're going to avoid one, which would be the failing, you're going to avoid both, which would also be the success, right? So it's you've probably heard some people say, you're failing forward. When you heard April's call with Richard Brooke, she's like, man, I just failed my way to the top, right? It is failing forward. So this is what this is go for no. So I'm gonna just give you a couple tips on this, and this is one of the things here. This person says, it's great to have skills, right? So often people, when we enroll someone, they say, oh gosh, I have so much to learn. Look at this, reference guide. There's just so much to learn. And we forget, when we've been using oils a long time, that there is a pretty steep learning curve to mainstream, what Americans in general use on a daily basis, right? So there's some people, especially your green personalities, that will say, I got to learn everything before I can share with one person. And I love this right here, that it becomes clear that a motivated person who is willing to get in front of enough people and simply tell their story would almost always outsell the sales pro with the slick closes and fancy techniques, right? So it means just go out and start talking about the experiences that you've had, and others will say, gosh, I want to do that too. I want to have some of those experiences, right? So the go for no concept comes from the brief story goes that a man says, okay, I have 4 copiers that I got to sell for my quota by the end of this week. And so on Monday, he goes out and he gets 3. By Monday afternoon, he has 3 out of the 4 sold. So he's all fired up, and he's like, I can kind of take tonight off and watch the next game. And the next day, someone says, hey, will you come and do this? And he's like, okay. And then the next day, he's doing something else. And then he's like, well, I can play golf the next day. He accepts a thing from his friend. And then he's thinking it's Wednesday, but it's really Thursday. And all of a sudden, he's like, oh, I still got to sell 1 more for my quota. So then he's in a panic zone. The go for no concept comes from, if you're thinking, I'm going to enroll 1 person this week, or I have a big class coming up and I'm going to enroll 10 people this week, the go for no concept says that's all fine and great, because of course that's the end goal. But if you're going for no, so the copier salesman, if he said, I'm going to go get 20 no's, right, by let's say Wednesday, he would have had not just his 4 quota, but he probably would have had, way more, and not taken off on Monday afternoon basically until Thursday afternoon, right? Because he would have had his goal of 20 no's. So when you're talking to enough people, you are getting no's, and they're not no for what we call no for now, right? They are not no forever, they are no for now. And so it usually takes people 4 to 5 times before they will say yes, And about 94% of the people will never go back to those people for the 5th time. And that 5th time is when almost all of those people say yes. So we tend to think, I asked them once or asked them twice. For a lot of people, whether it's timing, whether it's finances, whether, you know, all the different circumstances in life that we can use as excuses, and some are obviously legit, of course, right? Overwhelmed, whatever that is. But it doesn't mean I'm never interested. Because part of the thing is they're not educated enough to know what they're interested or not interested in, right? So we're there, that's our job, right? Is to educate them enough so that they can have an experience with our products. So the Go for No is an amazing concept, and it is, I've wanted to do an actual like reward system incentive on Go for No, but like everybody has to read Go for No to make that happen. Because it is, you're rewarding people for their failures and not just their successes. So if you haven't read the Go for No, you're like, wait, so the more times I fail, I get rewarded for that? Well, yeah, but it's failing, not just like, oh, I tried to call that person, I left a voicemail and never heard back. That's not an answer, right? An answer is a no or not now, so we can actually ask them questions. Why? How can I help you? So that, you know, we can learn how to help them, right? So this right here, when you should reward the behavior of seeing lots of people regardless of the immediate results. And you mustn't neglect them just because their yeses haven't fallen into place yet, right? So I want you guys to know we reward, and Young Living rewards, because the more no's you have, the more yeses you have and will have, right? We know that's true, and this is a marathon, not a sprint. So I want you guys to go for no, because yes is the destination, but no is how you get there. Does that make sense? Yes is the destination. We want to enroll our members so we can educate them so they can start living the Young Living lifestyle with us. But no is how we get there, the amount of no's that we get. So I want you to go out and get some of those. So instead of resting on, I got a new member this week, or I got 1,000 new members in my business this week, or it's late in the week and no one will pick up the phone. Whatever the excuse in your head is telling you, right? I want you to think about actually talking to people and getting a set number of no's, because this will lead to some, if not many, yeses, and prime the pump for yeses down the road. So your homework for this week, or you could do it all today if you'd like to, is to go for 20 no's this week, right? And if you want to speed up the success train, it's go for 20 no's every week. Start going down your list of people and calling, texting, voice messaging. It allows you to be more relaxed when you're talking about going for no's, right? As opposed to, gosh, how am I going to make sure that they say yes? How about, hey man, I got 20 no's to go. Oh my gosh, I've only gotten 4 no's, but I've gotten 3 yeses. I still got, well, if I got 4 no's, I still got 16 more no's to go. So you are on there making things happen with that, okay? So I'm going to post the link for this book, which I do recommend to get as a business expense, and go for 20 no's this week. All right, guys, go enroll them and have a great week. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.